Hello and welcome back to Sukhoi. Today's video is a little bit different. It is neither a plain reviews nor me showing off a particular craft that I have made. Also, why is this frozen? That is very strange. I don't know why the frame rate is horrible. Instead, today's video is a bit of a mix. First, I'm going to look at a couple of designs, a couple of planes that were made by others. This first one by Bahamuto, aka the one who made the Bahamuto Dynamics parts, and BD Armory and adjustable landing gear. This is using adjustable landing gear and BD Armory. This is an F-15 and FJ105D2. I'm not sure why it's called that. It's an F-15, or at least I thought it was. I mean, it is an F-15, but it's called an F-105J. I don't know why that is. But yes, like I said, it's using BD Armory. Aw, come on, man. Aw. The way this is attached, I kind of don't like. Actually, no, it kind of makes sense. I see what he's done. I see what he's doing here. It's different. It's not how I would expect it to be done, but that is interesting. And so yeah, like I said, I'm going to take a look at two planes that others made. The first one being this one, the second one coming up next, obviously. And then I'm going to show you a couple of designs that I've worked on that I'm just going to show you a couple different things real quick. Let's give this a fly. It is, of course, using the new engines. There is no notes on action groups, so I'm going to hit buttons until something happens. I'm going to wait. I should try and take off before I hit too many buttons, though. Let's see. 3, 4. 4 does flares. 5, I'm guessing. Yep, chaff. 6 doesn't seem to do anything. 7, 8, 9, 0. 0 is the toggle for the afterburners. Okay, good. That's what I was looking for. And let's go ahead and give this a little maneuverability test. It is as maneuverable as I expected. The reason I'm even taking a look at this is Bahamuto made a video in which he took this F-15, which, speaking of, is it 9? 9 is the flaps, okay. He took this F-15 against an Su-37, I want to say, that someone sent him after he posted a GIF of this thing doing maneuvers at super maneuverability, post-stall maneuvers, you know, super maneuverability stuff, kind of like, well, actually, let me think if I can figure out something to do to demonstrate it right now. Right now, I'm sticking pretty well into aerodynamics, but if I were to, like, stall this thing out and then keep maneuvering past that using the vectoring, the thrust vectoring, that would be an example of the super maneuverability of it. And let's actually, oops, that's the wrong button. I hit 1 to try and that was 9. I was trying to turn off the engines being, you know, super powerful because I want to actually take it up here to the point where it'll stall out. I'm not sure. Maybe it has a thrust to weight ratio above 1. It doesn't seem like it. We're losing speed. I'm going to just, like, pull it, like, just, come on, slow down quicker. I don't want to actually turn the engines down, but I want it to slow down and kind of stall out, and then I can demonstrate super maneuverability by maneuvering way past stall. Like, I've now stalled. I'm now about to start falling backwards. I am falling backwards. Yet, still, I can maneuver quite well. I'm going to go ahead and pull out of it, though. And you can see I pull out of it very quickly. This thing flies quite well. I like it. I like it. I just noticed where the gun is. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and go in here. And, whoops, not guard menu. Let's turn on the Vulcan. Nope. Not the AIM-9, the Vulcan. Wow, the ocean looks really weird. Why is it being all, like, fuzzy like that? It's really sparky. That's interesting. Yes. There we go. Oh, yes, there we go. There's an example of super maneuverability. The fact that I pulled that around like that so quickly. Let's ditch those. I think I hit one of them with the wing. That was pretty cool. Let's go ahead and aim 120. Fire. Fire, fire, fire. Fire the sidewinders as well. Oh, there are only 2 sidewinders? I thought I had like 3 on there. That's interesting the way he set up his missile rails. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the next craft that was sent in is, well, not sent in to me, but that was sent in to Bahamuto D, and he made that video with it. By the way, I will link to that in the description because it's really cool and you should watch it. Is this is the Su-37 Sukhoi. I'm not sure, actually. I don't know. That's what he named it. It's a super maneuverable fighter / interceptor straight from the KSSR. Okay. SS. Get it? Okay. One to toggle the intakes and space for the after... Space for the... Oh, he made stage do the afterburner toggle. That's cool. That's actually a cool idea. As long as you don't have to worry about things staging, that's a good way of doing it. So yes, this is based on an Sukhoi SU. No, SU. Yeah, this should be SU. Whatever. Maybe he'd put the K on there for Kerbal or something. It's an Su-37. Other than the Z fighting going on right there, and some clipping that is kind of like it's slightly annoying me, but I'm trying not to let it bother me because I've seen this thing perform, and it performs really well, and so I don't want to be bothered by any weirdness in the design. This is kind of funny, the way this is shaped. Is that actually like that? I'm going to have to look at a picture of the real thing to remember. Also, I like how it has this... Well, I mean, of course it has that. It's based on a thing that has that, but it's just really cleverly done, and I wouldn't have thought to do it like this, and I like it for that reason. Along with the fact that it probably flies pretty well. Well, I know it flies pretty well. Of course, I've only seen it fly in FAR, not in stock aerodynamics. Oh yes, and the name of the person who made it, because I think I just forgot to mention it, is, what's his name? Jolly Green GL, Reddit user, and that's where... Whoa! That thing's going fast, and it's going, it's being very maneuverable. In fact, super maneuverable. I mean, that's kind of the point. In fact, I think this is more maneuverable than the other one. I mean, look, I just did, like, frickin'... I'm doing backflips in place, almost. Wait, is it using it's using the air brake for pitch control. That's interesting. Yeah, okay, so this one does a far better job demonstrating what super maneuverability means, because a plane without thrust vectoring, without super maneuverability, could not do what I'm doing right now. It would fail. It would lose aerodynamic control and fail. This thing does not like to pitch down. I'm basically trying to kind of stop it in place. Well, not stop it in place, but kind of, you know, demonstrate that kind of capability. Hold on, let me do another like loop-de-loop kind of deal. Slow down real fast, just do that. And you can see we're just going down but backwards, and I'm maintaining complete control this whole time. Like, see? Just doing that. Waggling our tail. We're staying at the same altitude. Now we're going up again. Now I'll pitch down slowly, and then we can regain speed. I can turn on the afterburners. We can regain speed quicker. And if I speed up, you can see this thing gains speed really quick. I love this. Very cool. And pull up real hard. Pull back on ourselves. We got a little bit of side slip doing that, which is weird, but not too weird, but it's kind of a little strange. And now we can do another little loop-de-loop. We're turning sideways at the same time we're doing this, and you see how we're almost basically staying in place doing these crazy maneuvers because this thing can do that. In fact, we started going backwards. Now we're going even more backwards, and I'm going to engage the afterburners to go forward faster. And you can see that is super maneuverability. And this is an SU... Well, he says it's an Su-34, I just read. So I don't know. It's called a Su-37. I don't know if this is what an Su-37... I don't know. I don't know the difference between those planes. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, this is a cool thing. And I realize I'm kind of saying things like it's a plane reviews episode. But I swear it's not, because this is all we're looking at as far as other people's planes. The next couple of things we're going to look at are stuff that I've designed, and I just wanted to show you. But I didn't feel they each deserved their own video! I was afraid that was going to happen right there. I like how the plane... I mean, it's not intact, that much is for certain. But, like, we survived that pretty well, but we took out the whole frickin' VAB in the process. Like, good job, me. That was bad. That was dumb. Okay, not quite true. I said we were going to only look at stuff that I've made, but actually this was created originally, the base model, the MiG-21 base model was created by, what's his name? I forgot his name. It was in the last plane reviews, but I made a modified version in which I added weaponry to it and a fuel tank here, a drop tank. The drop tank part is completely stock, I believe. Yes, the drop tank part is completely stock. The mod part is, of course, the weapons and the laser, the targeting pod there. Oh yes, and the gun here and this. The version that I released in that video in the description is not very accurate, but this version is more accurate. I've placed the weapons more accurately, like the gun being up front on top here, and this being moved over to the side. And you know what it's still missing, though? It's still missing radar, but I decided that's just going to be part of it. It's missing radar. You can add your own. It doesn't have an AI flight computer. You can add your own, but it has guns, well, a gun and some missiles for targeting ground targets and a ground targeter laser thingy, which, by the way, is not what this would be used for. The actual MiG-21, I believe, was just a straight-up interceptor. Yes, it was a supersonic interceptor, so it's not really supposed to go against ground targets, but I made a ground target attacker thingy. So yeah, I'll be making a download of this on KerbalX, this better version. And you've already seen what it can do, although I didn't show much of it, so I might as well fly it. At least just a little bit, just to be like, see, this is what it looks like. And I'll go ahead and open up the, well, Oh! I forgot that it would do that. I don't know why that happens sometimes, but if you don't actually put control input in, it decides to do stupid things. I have a feeling it has to do with this landing gear. Yeah, this landing gear is inverted for some reason. I don't know why it is. This is the weird thing that I've been having a problem with the adjustable landing gear. Sometimes they're inverted when they should be, sometimes they're inverted when they shouldn't be, and it doesn't seem to matter whether I tell them to be inverted or not, they'll just decide to be inverted on their own, and it's quite annoying. And 9 decouples all of those. I didn't mean to do that. I was looking for the button that does the flaps, which is actually on 1, but I forgot. So yeah, there you go. We're gonna fly without armaments, which is kind of the stock version of this again, then. But, you know, it flies the same as it did in that video. I'm gonna go ahead and put the flaps back up, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like from the targeting pod, which, because I'm using scatterer, looks a bit strange. That's interesting. Let's just go ahead and tell it to lock target here, and you can see that if I try to move too much, oops, let's do this. Oh, that's gonna run out of gimbal. Yeah, there you go. Ran out of gimbal. And I'm gonna come up, lose a bunch of speed, do a barrel roll for no good reason, and then turn around as quickly as I can, although I have a feeling I'm just about to do circles around this without really... Oh no, it's already locked back on, I just hadn't noticed. But yeah, that's sort of how that looks. That's what that does. And then if I go like this, I block my own laser with the craft. So you gotta be careful with the laser targeters, you know? Oops, crap, we're gonna crash. And there you go. Nice. Okay, next up we have something you've already seen, but we have a better version of, well, better looks, more realistic, but I believe actually, technically, with just these engines, it might be slightly worse. Yes, the A-18F that I made. I've made a stock version with some extra fuel tanks, some pylons on it so that you can put more things on it. These are accurately placed. And of course this is stock still, so there's no weaponry or whatever. But you can add that yourself if you want. And I haven't modified like the weaponized the modded versions or anything yet. I just wanted to make a new for 1.0.5 version. I also wanted to add these adjustable ramp intakes. I tried to improve the wings on the vertical stabilizers, but I couldn't figure out how to do what I was trying to do, and so I ended up not making those better. So it's kind of the same, but overall I still think it's a nice craft. It's not the best replica, but it's a nice craft. I also moved this thing a little bit in here because that thing got changed in the update. Also, you can see now that the flaps, they've been corrected. It previously was just the inside one when it should have been both. And also they are on by default. Also, I believe I made these wet mode by default. So let's demonstrate this. And one important thing to note about how I set this up so that you could have better fuel capacity, better range rather. Well, not better fuel capacity, yeah, just better range is, let's get off the ground. Okay, we're flying. You can go ahead and, I hope it's 1 to disable those. No, it's not. Maybe it's 0. Nope. 2. No. 3, 4. It was 4. Okay, 4 changes that. 0 raises the flaps up. And if you look right here, we're only draining fuel from these external external tanks, these ones. We're not draining any from this one. And the idea is that you let these get to a significantly low percentage, and then you right click this and you say enable crossfeed. That way you can ditch these two first when they've run out of fuel, and hold on to this one for longer. which as you can see, we're now just using that one. Yeah, sorry about destruction effects. For some reason with these decouplers, it's weird. Sometimes I see these decouplers decouple and it doesn't do destruction effects. Other times I decouple them and it's like, oh my god, something got blown up. And see, like that time, it's the exact same part. It's just that time when it decoupled, it's like, oh yeah, that's just a decoupling. But when I decoupled the other ones, it's like, oh no, destruction effect. We must show that this was destroyed because it was destroyed. I don't know why that happens, but yes, this is the FA-18, improved for 1.0.5. Okay, then next we have something completely new from me, and this is a very basic design. It doesn't fly particularly well, but it's not really supposed to. It's supposed to be a very basic, very simple, tiny little passenger jet. So we got two little engines here, we got some wings under the main parts, we got some landing gear, a little bit of fuel, not too much, just in these tanks. We got, you know, a tail, and let's fly it. Yeah, I accidentally switched scene. Oh yeah, 0 to turn on the lights, 9 to deploy the flaps. I actually didn't mean to switch scenes when I did right then, so I kind of screwed myself over. Sorry. Yes, so this thing takes off using the flaps because this thing does, like I said, it doesn't fly very well, and it's basically because it doesn't have very much thrust. And so it kind of crawls along on the ground. You can get in the air just barely. And then, oh, wait, nope, I gotta pull up a bit more. And as you can see, we start losing speed when I start pulling up too much. So it's kind of hard to get this thing going. It's hard to get some lift, get good enough lift, good enough altitude. In fact, we're falling back down a bit. That is interesting. Let's go ahead and hit the wrong buttons. Lower the landing gear because it looks like we're coming in for an unscheduled landing. Let's regain a little more speed before we try to take off again. Okay, it's got to be now. Okay, and pull in the landing gear, pull in the flaps, and as you can see, we're flying. We're gaining altitude just barely. We're losing a little speed. No, now we're gaining speed again. Now we're losing it again. Yeah, this thing does not fly very well. Like I said, it's a very basic passenger jet. It's a bit challenging to fly, so you know, don't. This is not a beginner craft, but it can be flown and it can go places. It's just difficult to fly, that's all. Oh, speaking of difficult to fly, I just fucked it up, but that's okay. It should be possible to recover from this. Yeah, we can recover from this dive. Not that it'll be easy, because this thing doesn't fly very well, but yes, it can fly. And last but not least, although it is very close to being leased since that last one was leased, this is the GI-43 business class. The last one was GI-4 business class. And it's the same thing, just the wings have been slightly repositioned, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't know if I did. This tail has obviously been repositioned to make way for this extra engine. And that extra engine doesn't make a huge amount of difference with its capability of flying, but it does help quite a bit. Basically, consider this the easy version of the last one. It's got the same action groups, 9 for the flaps, 0 for the lights, as you just saw. And I'm going to... well, it picks up speed a lot quicker. I'm going to go a little further down the runway without trying to take off. I'm going to gain a little more speed. Actually, I'm not going further down the runway, but I am gaining more speed, and that's because this one is much better at flying because it does have that third engine, and that third engine makes all the difference in how easy it is to fly this one. So this one actually can be flown quite easily. I would recommend this for the well, I wouldn't recommend it for the beginner because it can be unforgiving if you do something particularly stupid with it. I'm pretty sure. I haven't done anything particularly stupid with it to test, like, you know, pulling straight up like I'm doing right now, because this is a particularly stupid thing to do, and I don't know how well I can recover from going up here and stalling it. But I have a feeling it's a lot easier than the other one. I would know it's a lot easier than the other one. Okay, so now I've stalled it, and we're falling back. And let's see, how well can we recover from that? Okay, let's pull up. Pulling up, gaining quite a lot of speed. So actually, yes, this one I would definitely say is okay for a beginner, because you can recover quite well. The only part of it that I wouldn't recommend for a beginner is I have a feeling that it doesn't do landings particularly well. I'm not sure. I don't remember. It's been a little while since I developed this. I actually haven't been able to record like in 2 days, or no, like 3 days. Wow, yeah, it's been like 3 days since I've gotten good timing to recording. Part of that's been lazy. Part of it's been that literally all day today there's just been a lot of noise. Now that was fairly easy to land, but I don't know how easy that would be for a beginner. So maybe it's good, maybe it's not for a beginner. Oh, I'm hitting up. I meant to turn. I meant to be hitting the button to yaw. But yeah, it can, as long as you are going a bit slower than that, it can taxi all right. Whoa. That, yeah, so these rear landing gear are placed pretty far forward. They're very close to the center of mass. And in that particular case, because they're so close to the center of mass, and for some reason KSP wheel physics acts like the center of the wheel is on the ground, even though it's the rear of the wheel piece is on the ground. I don't know why that happens. It's very strange. That happened just now. So that's unfortunate. In 1.1, which is, I don't know how soon that's coming along. I'm not privy to that kind of information. Even if I was, I wouldn't be able to tell you. They don't even know when it's coming, but it is coming. And one of the things that is being improved is wheel physics. So look forward to that. And like I said, that was the last thing to look at for this video, but this thing was super fun to fly. So I'm going to fly it for a bit and use that for the outro. Thanks for watching. And as always, see you in space.